We got Tristan will be in net tonight, and then Kindel will be playing. So obviously, I think it's goes into his 10th game. For us, it's another checkpoint. I think there's been a lot of checkpoints. As we've gone through, going back, even just through training camp. This is another one. We're going to be continuing to evaluate. We're going to be continuing, to work with him and using all departments and all resources we have here to make sure that everything we're doing is the best thing for him now and for the future.
How would you describe Ben's personality, maybe off the ice, or what it's like been working with him?
Yeah, it's been great. I think he's a guy who really he wants to learn. I think he's very driven. He'll ask questions. I think there's and I say this in a good way. There's a quiet confidence. I think there has to be. If you're an 18-year-old playing in this league, but I think you see, and I think that shows in his game. But I think he's also there's a lot of humility there too in this young man who he knows he's just going to come and work and not take anything for granted. And he's been showing that there, I think from the first day. I don't think there's ever been a practice, or a game where I feel like he's out there and taking anything for granted. And I think that's probably one of the things that's gotten him to this point where now again hitting another checkpoint with him. So.
It would seem he's played fairly well through the first 9 games. How difficult were those conversations, or how in-depth were they with Kyle about keeping him around?
I don't know if difficult would be the word. I'm saying I would not use that word. I would say it's been, I think it's been consistent in terms of the conversations. I think it's been, constantly, evaluating. These are, I think anytime you're talking about these young players, it's something that we obviously take very serious because it's, we're looking at them now and we're also looking at them, in the future. And so I think the conversations, they've been consistent. That would probably be the best word I could use to describe it, and they'll continue to be.